Hey you guys, this is Tina. I want to tell you guys a dream I had today. It's super interesting. It's about the wedding feast. Um, this is really happening. It's really anyway. In this dream, in the beginning, it started out with me on a bed with my brother, my sister, and my dad. Everybody was asleep, and my mom was laying on another bed on the ground, and there was an RFID chip right here. I'm like, what the heck? What's going on with all? I don't know why I be having dreams with me having RFID chip, but okay, maybe God is telling me these are some of the location they're putting RFID chip. Okay, I saw a dream right here, an RFID chip here. I saw one right there. I saw right here, and my leg left. Four of them on my left leg. Okay, so what does that mean? Those are the areas where RFID chip is going to be installed, because why the heck would I have an RFID chip on my left leg? Four of them. And now I got one right here going, and the other time I saw it right here before. A lot of American put it right here right now, but the final place is going to be on the right hand. But so just to tell you, that's the only way I can explain to you, because I don't know why I be having all these dreams, the mark of the beast on me. So it's either God's warning me, or because every time I have a dream with RFID chip, it's somewhere beside the right hand. Okay, I saw it right here. I saw it right here. I saw it right here. I saw it right here, and on my left, almost like left inner thigh. So those are some interesting areas that I saw in my dreams that I had the mark of the beast. Maybe God's saying these are some of the places they're putting an RFID chip, because I'm like, why am I getting RFID chip all over my body? You know what I mean? What's going on here, Lord? Like, anyway, I woke up, and my mom was awoken. So there was mom and dad, me and my sister. I think of all my six family members, only four of us possibly saved. But me and my mom was awake, so we're the wise, and my brother, my dad, and my sister is the foolish virgin, and they're still asleep. And as for my brother, I didn't see my brother there at all, so maybe my brother is not even one of the brides. So here's the thing. I was talking to my mom, and she was like, she told them to put the RFID chip on us, because because we're in. This is what came out of her mouth. This is what she said. We're in prison already. Why might as well put the mark on us already, so we can maneuver around, do whatever. And so I'm like, Mom, are you crazy? Like, this was not her talking. I know it wasn't her, and she was this evil lady. Like, I knew it wasn't her. Like, right away I knew this was suspicious, because my mom don't speak like this, and I tell her a lot about the RFID chip. And the last thing she allowed was to ask them to put it on us, and nobody had it yet, but she was asking for it. So I knew that I think she's probably the devil or something. But in the dream, I have a feeling that after the rapture, all the Christians that believe in God and doing the will of God and getting people saved, they know who you are. Okay, like, they knew who I am, because if I is left behind, they know who I am. You're gonna be their first target, the first on their list to track down, to put in force for the mark of the beast. Straight up. Okay, that's why I gotta say, run to the mountains, or just run away, whatever. um and anyway, so what happened was, yeah, I know that was what I understand is the one that's lost in the world, they already belong to the devil anyway, so they want to track the ones, so the Christians that believe in God, that's evangelizing whatever, before they have a chance to run. That's why they're tracking them first. I had dreams that, spaceship come into my house, and they were on top of my house. They were like really getting to me, whatever. Anyway, so I don't want to get carried away. In this dream, what happened, there was a lot of stuff with it. um I was talking about, the five wise is going to go in the rapture. The five foolish are eventually going to get married, right? Because they're just crying, weeping, and it doesn't mean they're going to be in hell. But They're crying, weeping because nothing went according to what they had, but they're gonna eventually get married. They weren't prepared. So in the tribulation, which is 7 years, it's gonna be shortened. We know it's gonna be shortened, maybe 3.5 years. Who knows? But it's gonna be shortened, and there was no flesh shall survive. It's in the Bible. So what happened was yeah, they're gonna go after. Some of them are gonna be beheaded. Some of them are gonna die. Some of them are gonna survive, depending on, what God has, in the book. And so, in this dream, I have a very, very beautiful. It's a very beautiful dream. At my house, this house always represent. In my dream, when I have this dream about this house in my dream, it represents the kingdom of heaven. Your home, or home is heaven home. And at my portio, portio, like the porch and stuff. There was a wedding, and these people that I don't even know. I was just the guest. There was these people at my house, and everybody was clapping, and everybody was like getting ready to, and then the music started. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Then a whole bunch of brides in beautiful dress. They're all dressed up with crown and their hair and makeup and whatever. I don't know if they had makeup, but they look beautiful. Okay, they were dressed up, beautiful wedding dresses. Everyone with their unique style. Okay, and then walking up the patio, and some of the men looked like brides. It was really weird. I can't even tell you. But there was definitely a lot of girls more than guys. And some of them had trays, like, to present of what they did or gift or whatever. I don't know. And then after that, the music stopped. And then the music started, while they were walking up, I was like, man, while everybody was clapping, I was like, man, I wish I was the bride. And then so the music started again, like, after all the bride got up, and then it started again. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Anyway, so everybody was like, "What's going on? Why is there more music? I thought all the brides up here." And I yelled out, "There's one more bride left!" And then so I'm like, I don't know if I messed with a dream or what's going on, or God was like telling me, "Hey, it's your dream. You can do whatever you want." And then so, and then everybody, and then when the second time around, there was a chariot, a very beautiful chariot. Okay, almost remind me of a Cinderella chariot. Okay, it had 4 horses, the man and the beautiful. It's so beautiful, but it's real. So what happened was, I was praying a couple days ago. I was praying, and all of a sudden God brought Cinderella up out of nowhere, and I saw the old man, the father of the prince, which represent the Father God with white hair. And I explained to other videos, Jesus has brown hair, the Father has white hair, but they look alike because they're 3 in 1. And then so what happened was, Jesus was the prince, and then I saw myself as Cinderella with a crown, and Jesus went like this, or the prince went like this to me when I was praying in that like little dream that God had brought up. And God was telling me, you know, he's asking for a dance. I don't know. Anyway, so this time I saw a chariot come, and then I was going to see who was the last bride. And then I was putting this cape of fur up, and I was dressed in a simple dress. I think I was a bridesmaid, and people was thinking I was a bride, and they're like, "Ha, it's me!" And they're like, "Oh, it's just you," and they left, but they didn't know that I was the bride too. I was like, that was like the bam in the face. You know what I mean? Like, that was like a shock to everybody. It was like, dang, this girl, you kidding? She was like, I knew I had the most beautifulest dress in there, because last time I had a dream, I had an oriental dress, and I felt like I was a little underdressed, and everybody was wearing really beautiful wedding dress, and I was like, man, next if there's a wedding, I want one real big, real nice, you know what I mean? So I don't. Wow, God is. What's the chariot? That chariot means God's coming to get the bride right now. Like, God is bringing chariots. I don't know if everybody I only saw myself with a chariot. Like, those girls had to walk. but I don't know, for some reason I knew I was the bride, the last one, because remember I told you I was the last one and the first one to vanish. I don't know what's the case, but but what happened was, we're supposed to go in the chariot and go on the other side. Everybody was going this side, but the girl chariot was going the other side. So I was a bride, and what's going on with that? You know what I mean? And so it had me swirling. I was like, maybe I just messed with a dream. Maybe I really just was wishful thinking and I messed with a dream. Or, I might be somebody that, she's like, people look at me and they judge like, oh, this girl she is not qualified for nothing. Like she is, when people went, like, they least expect the event. They least expect that girl is going to be like somebody, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not claiming anything, but I did have dreams that I was like telling people what to do. Like I was like the head captain. I'm like, hey, okay, you guys doing that? You guys do, like, I will, maybe because like I'm good, like I'm not really good at math, but I'm good at like what is wise, what is better to do in the material that's given, the time and the heart, and I don't know. I'm talking about spiritual mathematician, okay? I'm not talking about physical math, like worldly math. I'm not talking about that, like how you plan things out. Like, what I tell people, the wisest thing is to seek God. So the reason why I was wiser than most, because I lean on my strength and knowledge and wisdom. I latch onto Jesus like a leech. That's why I was. That's what the tactic was. That was my tactic. My tactic, to leech onto God like a leech. Because if He has the true source and power and knowledge and wisdom, if He doesn't know, you ain't gonna know. You know what I mean? So the only way you're gonna grow and success and get all knowledge and wisdom fast is through Jesus. And people go to the second source, and they should be going to the main source. But I'm not perfect. So definitely, if I ever was somebody like super important up in heaven, or somebody with the higher rank authority, which I really don't think that's the case, but a lot of people are gonna be surprised, because a lot of preacher and stuff, you would think they only more qualified than me because they preach and they help the poor. Well, let me tell you, this one preach, a pastor. He pastored and he helped millions and billions of dollars. And when he died and he came back alive, near death experience, God was saying all his work go in vain. So see, you can't judge the book by its cover. That's what God's telling me. The least you think that is going to be qualified to be something great is going to surprise you. Like Jesus, you don't think he was just like a simple man, and he was not the great look. I heard that he wasn't the great looking. He was just an average Joe. And so I don't know. I'm not saying that, but what I understand from the dream was, when I said I wish I was one of that bride, and I wanted to be something great. I want to be something great, but I want it to be acceptable in God's eye. I don't want to do this for myself. I want to do it for God, but I don't know. Like, so anyway, so what happened was, like in my dream, I could control my dream that I could be the bride, you know what I mean? And I knew I was a bride. Like, I was control my dream. Like, God is saying that you're in control of your destiny. You get to control who you are, like, or who you become, as long as you have the right motives and everything good. If you're keying in the right notes, like ding ding ding, if you're hitting the right notes that pleasing God, you're good to go. It's all about hitting the right note to please God. You want to see, okay, what would God think? What would God do? And you try to hit those right notes to please him. Okay? Because, people always, a lot of pastors and evangelizers and preachers and whatever, a lot of them are going to be left behind because they are trying to get the glory of people. They're like, I realize, when God shared me things, I share online, but I didn't think I was a preacher. I wasn't trying to teach or anything, but it seemed to be like that, right? And then so I got prideful and arrogant, and I thought, like, I felt good when people, like, say, oh my goodness, and this and that. And what we should say is honor and glory to God. I'm just a vessel. The more you raise, the more you lower yourself, the more you're going to be raised. But the more that you raise yourself, the more you're going to be lowered. So you want to keep yourself in humble and humility state. That's why I'm always trying to achieve, you know what I mean? Not that I want God to raise me up. No, that's not even my intention either. But it's nice. But but you know what I mean. But that's not really my idea either. I'm not even trying to like. So that's why a lot of preacher and evangelizers, they think they got a big position to doing God's work or whatever. So they become I've done a lot of things for God. Like they become like the Pharisees, and some of them, a lot of them, or a few of them, I don't know, are Pharisees, hypocrites. They're fake and phony, and then, other ones are just looking for humanity's glory, and that's what we don't realize, that we're stealing God's thunder. Like when I was preaching, I was kind of stealing God's thunder, and I didn't even know that. So that was one of the tricky one that I don't think it's biblical, but it's one thing that God is a jealous God. Everything He's doing for His own glory, and so that pastor that had that the near death experience, that's what his case was, that he was stealing God's thunder. He was doing for his own glory and whatever. But the reason I was doing it just to mess around, I was doing it to just mess around like a child, like like I was just with happy intention, I didn't have any selfish intention. At least I don't think so. You know what I mean? If I do, I ask God to help me. You know what I mean? So don't judge a book by its cover. I don't know. Maybe I ask the Lord, like, I can be a fly in heaven, I can be something small. I don't need to be anything. As long as I'm with you, I'm good. Like, I don't need to be anything big or fancy. It just brings more responsibilities, who I don't like responsibilities, you know what I mean? And so more responsibility is more punishment. Okay? When you get more responsibility, it's good that people like you got higher authority. But when you can't mount up to the responsibility, you get more punished. Like Lucifer, he had a big responsibility, and he screwed up. Anyways, that's it. Bye. The wedding feast is coming. God is bringing chariots to take the bride, and I'm doing my. I was just kind of messing around. I wasn't even in my wedding outfit. I was putting on a show. I was like, I don't know if I was putting on a show, but I was like, seemed like I was trolling with the people. I don't know what I was doing, but at the end of the dream, I think I just did all that. But I know, it was blurry. Definitely, I can definitely tell you that Jesus is coming with his chariot to take the bride. Right now. He's coming right now. Okay? His coming might take a couple days. Okay? I'm I don't know, because heaven time is different, it might take him a long time to get here because space and stuff, but I know he can be blink of an eye, right? But I guess he's coming with angels, you know what I mean? And he's coming with angels and stuff. He's coming with, I don't know. So try to stay in repentance, try to focus on the Lord. I really think the 21st, but we won't know the day. I explained to you that we won't know the day because it's actually 2 days. But we won't know the hour for sure. That's one thing I have to admit. We won't know the hour. But I have a feeling we will know the day. And I believe it's the 21st. But again, I'm not going to set all my eggs in one basket like I did on Thanksgiving. And then guess what? I end up getting mad at God. And that's the last thing I need to do. And it could be in 2014, but I really think it's this year, y'all, because there's no way God is going to delay another year. The reason he explained me pretty well why it was delayed, because if you guys studied Jewish wedding, the bride wait a whole year for the groom, and then only the father know. Okay, so maybe I don't know the day, maybe I don't know. So I think that because no one knew the day, so I figured, if we talk to God, we should know the day, right? But yeah. That's it. Bye. He's coming. Get ready.